Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, Mother, can you keep them in the dark for life? Can you hide them from a waiting world? Oh, Mother, Father, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show us my world. Oh, Mother, not about to see your
Welcome to Privileged White Male Radio. Yes, I've changed the name. I'd like to thank Evil Dave for my new intro music. You like that? It's fantastic, isn't it? Wow. Let's see if I can fade it out here. It's kind of hard while I'm driving. Let's leave it play a little bit. Mother! Yeah! Oh, I found that little tidbit online and I went, that has to be my new intro music. Hey, welcome to Privileged White Male Radio. I'm going to have to get used to saying that, formerly known as the Rod Graffing Show. I don't know, I just changed it up, just for the fuck of it. Just for fun. Just to goof around a little bit. I was looking at some other stuff on Spreaker last night. Hey, thanks for you new folks who are checking me out here on Spreaker. Please, ignore the background noise, because I do drive my truck while I do my podcast. I guess to fill some of you in who are new to the show, I've done probably at least 4 different types of podcasts over the last 10 years. And some from right here in the truck, and a few from an actual studio with video and audio and the whole 9 yards. But my life is such now that this is the only place I can find time to, I guess for lack of a better thing to say, be creative, podcast. And it's fun, so trying something new here with the Privileged White Male Radio theme. And again, I understand that may have some not only racial implications, but gender implications. It's tongue-in-cheek, so, I mean, really, I just thought it was catchy, that's all. What am I talking about on the podcast today? Well, I was just listening to CNN, and a bunch of talking heads on there, S.E. Cupp and Jeffrey Lord, Trump supporter, and, I can't, I've got a mental block. I can't remember the name of the gal who's the head political reporter there at CNN. Anyway, she was there. Basically, in a nutshell, what they were talking about and what they were lamenting, some of them, not all of them, was the fact that this is setting up to be probably one of the lowest voter turnout elections in history. Why? Well, let me tell you why. At least why they think why. With Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton as the presumptive nominees, and that remains to be seen, Bernie's making a pretty hard run for it. Did you guys see the big hullabaloo there in Nevada at their state Democratic convention? Wow. That was interesting to watch. You can find it on YouTube if you Google it. The Bernie supporters and the Hillary supporters kind of having a little clash there, to the point where, hey, we need a medic! Somebody get a medic! So I guess the violence isn't contained strictly to the right as of now. But assuming that Hillary and Trump become the nominees, what these people on CNN were talking about was how the turnout's going to be low because America doesn't want to see this mudslinging. It's going to be mudslinging like we've never seen before. It's just going to get ugly. It's just going to be so bad, and they're not going to talk about the issues. They're not going to talk about their positions and what they're going to do. And I thought, really? You people in the media are absolutely clueless as to what's going on here. You really are. That's exactly what America wants to see, unfortunately. But that's exactly what is on display for all of us. It's reality TV in the form of a presidential election. And no, it's not just because Trump's involved. That has a lot to do with it. But it's been going this way for a long time. I've said it before on previous podcasts. This is like when you're watching the WWE and you know there's heat between two of your favorite wrestlers. And they build the heat for quite a while. Vince McMahon was famous for that. He would build that heat and run the storyline. And they would never really meet or come together. It would just be little tiffs here and there. And then, the big match, brother. That's exactly what this is. It's the big match between the right and the left. That's all this is. And people are on the edge of their seats. They're popping popcorn. That's why everybody's interested this time. If you think people are going to stay home, you're crazy. You people are so out of touch. Just hearing some of the things that are said tell me that these people in the media are as out of touch as most of our politicians when it comes to what is and what isn't and who we are. That's really what this whole election is all about. The politicians have completely lost touch with us. It doesn't matter if it's right. It doesn't matter if it's left. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. In the grand scheme of things, yes, of course ideology matters. Of course it does. The direction of the country depends on ideology and which ideology wins and which ideology is driving. We go left, we go right, we straddle the line and ride the center. Of course ideology matters in that regard. But as it relates to politicians in general and our government as a whole, it's forgotten about us. It's removed from us. We've made it a separate entity. It used to be us. Government used to be us. We've given the power over. We've continued to elect people that truly and honestly don't represent us and are not citizen statesmen. I heard that phrase mentioned the other day by Ben Carson. He was asked, "You going to be Trump's VP? What do you think there, Benny boy? How'd that suit you?" And he's like, no, I really don't want anything to do with that. And Chris Cuomo, the interviewer on CNN, is like, what? He was dumbfounded. Really? You wouldn't be interested in that at all. It's the vice presidency of the United States, Ben. What's wrong with you? And Ben said, no, I believe that people from outside the government can still influence and steer the government as citizen statesmen. And I went, holy shit. There it is. That's a huge component to what we're missing. On both sides. The power hungry, the money hungry, the status hungry. It's a status symbol to be a politician. Make no mistake about it. It's the closest thing to royalty we have in the United States. You don't think that the Queen of England is highly removed? You think the Queen of England is down and dirty and getting with the average folks of Great Britain? It's never been the way a monarchy works. And that's what we've allowed to happen here. And front and center for us here in 2016 is finally both sides coming to a head, and they're going to fight it out once and for all. And so I think people will be out in droves to vote. The extremes of each side are lit the fuck up. I mean, if you don't think that's happening right now, if the extremes are lit up and energized, you telling me the rest of the base is just going to sit on their hands? I'm sure there'll be a fair majority of people who will do that in both sides, but I think there's going to be a giant groundswell of people that are going out to vote that have never bothered before because they've never felt like their vote mattered or counted. And this year, because of all the shit that's gone on with Trump and Sanders, they're the two guys. Make no mistake about it, Hillary Clinton is just another one of the same. She got no heat, to use a wrestling vernacular. She's got no heat. She's just like the rest of them. And everybody knows it. Even the people on the left know it. It's Trump and Sanders that have changed the game. It's like a wrestling trifecta. Maybe we'll have a Royal Rumble. Can we get Ted Cruz back and Marco Rubio? Let's bring Chris Christie in off the top rope. Wouldn't that be great? Oh my God, King! Chris Christie's on the top rope! He's going to do the big splash! Oh my God, Ben Carson! I would love to see that. Jeb Bush just came out of the audience with a chair! Oh my God! Who wouldn't want to watch that? Well, we've kind of been watching that already, haven't we? So to speak. That's why people are interested. And there's an element to this too. America's dumbed down. I'll be the first to admit it. A lot of America is dumbed down over the years. Brief side note. I gotta get this off my chest. I saw something on Facebook today. It was a meme that one of my friends posted. And it was referencing the whole transgender bathroom thing. And this group, this woman and her family or some shit, marching through a Target, waving the Bible, and just basically being a douchebag. Basically just saying more or less, you're gonna burn in hell. You're gonna pay Target. Pretty much is what it was. And my liberal friend posted this. And his friends, who are not my friends, one of them said, and I bet she was saying all that with, and I'm doing the air quotes and you can't see it, with love in her heart. What a piece of shit. The next person that commented said, you know what? I think she should go in the closet and stay there. Now, while I snickered at both of these comments, it made me, it upset me a little bit, because I hear the left constantly preaching about tolerance and acceptance. But yet here are two people bitching about the hate and intolerance of some woman and her religious beliefs. Yet, and that was quoted in the meme, hate and intolerance. And here are two people identifying as liberals, hating a woman because of her religious beliefs, and being intolerant of her also because of her religious beliefs. Both of those statements, I would say that using air quotes and calling her a piece of shit and saying, I'm sure she did it with mocking someone's belief, that's akin to hate, is it not? That's hateful. And saying someone should go in the closet and stay there, that's being intolerant. So here you've got a prime example of how the left preaches tolerance yet doesn't exercise it, doesn't display it. And I'm not saying the right is guilt-free on anything that they do. Don't misunderstand me. This is just what I happen to see today. The right's got plenty of hypocrisy, but it's when the right reveals its Hippocratic. That's not the right word. When the right reveals, they're not doctors. I'm sorry. When the right reveals its hypocrisy, it's called out as hatred and bigotry and all the other words that are assigned to it. But when the left does it, it's never, if ever, very seldom called out or pointed out. And I just felt the need to point it out today because that's what I see. All right, I'm just coming into Minot, North Dakota. First episode of Privileged White Male Radio. In the can, so to speak. Let me know what you think of the new name, and especially what you think of that fantastic new opening theme music. My email is still the same for now, rodgraphing@gmail.com. If I so choose to see if, what would it be? PWMR? Privileged White Male Radio? Yeah, PWMR@gmail.com. If I choose to see if that's available, that may be my future email. It's a lot easier to remember than my name. PWMR@gmail.com. All right. Thanks, Spreaker, and thanks for listening. Talk to you next time.